What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. What's good with y'all? Go check out my other videos. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. So this video is going to be a little different. This is one of the few videos that I actually was kind of forced to edit on. If you guys are longtime fans, you know that I just don't edit my videos a lot because I like giving you guys the real, uncut, just unfiltered everything. You know what I mean? But in this case, I was kind of forced to. So, you guys read the title, you saw the thumbnail. This video's topic, because yes, I do plan on doing more than one today. This video's topic is going to be about whether or not you should clean your magazines and why or why not, right? So, for starters, if you do a lot of shooting, yes, you should clean up your magazine at least every once in a while. It doesn't have to be, after every time you go shooting. No one's saying anything along those lines. However, if you're putting thousands upon thousands of rounds through a specific magazine, it's probably a really good idea to clean it. And that's something, once again, these are things I go over while I show you guys how to clean a magazine as well. I actually had to record me doing the cleaning of the magazine like 2 or 3 days ago. We lost power due to Milton. That's why you guys haven't seen anything from me. But as you can see, we got power back. God is good. And we're going to, the show must go on. You know what I mean? So, yes, you do need to clean your magazines. It's not something you need to do extremely often by any standard. However, if you, for example, carry a spare magazine in your pocket like I do, like, for example, like I am right now, there's a lot of dust, dirt, buildup, things like that, lint that can just get in your magazine, which would cause you to have to clean it if you're shooting thousands upon thousands of rounds through your magazines. And yeah, you probably will need to clean them, as eventually, guys, your magazines will break. Your magazines will just become unreliable after a while. They are a finite resource. However, what cleaning is going to do for you is just help get the most out of a finite resource. Now, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and send you guys back to the past so I can show you guys how to clean up a magazine. All right, so in this case, all you're going to need here to sit here and clean your mag to disassemble is just a tool. It's not going to be super hard. All you're doing is, see this little button in here? All you're doing is just pressing it down with whatever tool you have. In my case, it is a broken plastic fork, and you're sliding off the base plate. Keep your thumb over top of this. As you will see, you have the spring that will come out along with the follower. And while this is definitely not the dirtiest out of all my mags by any standard, it's actually pretty clean. We're still going to give it a little light touch up just for the sake of the video, so that way I can show you guys what to do. For starters, in my case, I like to start with right here, just the actual body of the magazine itself. Just give it a quick little brush with some CLP. And you don't need a ton of tools for this. You're not going to be going into a super deep cleaning or anything along the lines of that. However, you do want to make sure that you at least get whatever buildup that you can get off. Physically inspect it as well. And yeah, it looks to be fine for now. Q-tips, probably going to be your best friend in this case, because you can sit there, get any excess CLP that you have in the body of the mag or in any other part of the mag that you're cleaning off. And it also just helps get some of that extra buildup, as you guys can see. Excuse me. Let's get whatever we can here. And remember, guys, we're not really doing a super deep cleaning. And you shouldn't have to clean your magazines too often. Maybe if you're shooting like, I don't know, maybe if you went and hit the range and you had a good few thousand rounds put through a particular mag out of a particular gun, then yeah, I would argue that maybe you should go ahead and break down your mag and clean it. But it's not something that you'll have to do a lot. However, when you do have to do it, you just want to make sure that you're doing an okay enough job. I don't want to sit here and just waste my time on the follower when there's not much on here, but you know what? There's a little bit. Whole point that you're doing is just whatever buildup, whatever residue that you have on any of your parts, just take a brush to and try to get off. If you can't, not the biggest deal, as long as it's not affecting the reliability of the magazine. Once again, Q-tips will be your best friend in this case. Okay. And then spring's not super dirty either, but I'm going to go ahead and put some CLP on the spring, give it a quick scrub. Let's see if we get anything that'll come off of it with the rag. Not really anything in this case, because as I said, it's not super dirty. So we're going to go ahead and throw a tiny bit more CLP on it and just kind of rub it in there, so that way it's all nice and lubed up, ready to go. Normally, if I see any buildup, I'd probably do the same, do a drop of CLP, scrub it down, get a Q-tip, clean it off. But, you know what, there's a tiny bit, might as well. Tiny little bit. Keep in mind, guys, once again, this is not something you should be having to do super often unless you were shooting thousands upon thousands of rounds through your gun all the time, or at least through a particular magazine. Now, to put the mag back together, all you're going to be doing is doing everything that you did to take it apart, but in reverse. So you're going to insert the follower in the spring, press down, then you're going to take the base plate, start sliding it on. You'll hear the click. You'll see everything is back to normal, and you have a clean mag now. Did not mean to drop it, but hey, you guys get the point, and it looks pretty nice. Granted, this is a very much so used mag, but hey, it looks cleaner than it did before, and I mean, I think that's the whole point of the video. Am I right? All in all, I think that about wraps it up for this video. So I'm going to reiterate again, even though I probably said it 100 times throughout the course of this video. Do you need to clean your magazines often? No, not by any standard. Should you do it every once in a while, especially if you're shooting a good amount of rounds through said magazines? Yeah, probably. Should you maybe do it if they've collected a lot of dust and dirt throughout the time? Yeah, probably. But it's not something that you're going to continuously need to do. It's not a situation where, oh, every time I go shooting, I have to clean the gun, clean the magazine. That's not the case. That's not even the case with most guns. You don't really have to clean them after shooting each time. But all in all, once again, no, it's not something you have to do often, but it is something that you should learn how to do because you will eventually have to do it, especially if you're actually practicing with your guns. But I think that about wraps it up for this video. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all, and whether or not you agree with me about at least how often you should clean your magazines, which really I don't get why anybody would disagree with me on that. All in all, you want your magazine to function as long as possible. It is a finite resource. So guess what? How are you going to make sure that it functions as long as possible and you get the most use out of it? By taking care of it. If you get it extremely dirty, clean it. If you're shooting a ton of rounds through it, clean it. And I just showed you how. But with that being said, y'all make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.